Okay, hey guys, Mike at tabletbuy.com, and we're here with the third and last part of our video review for the Asus Transformer Prime. And in this final part we're going to talk about battery life, about prices, and a couple of these tiny aspects that make a good pick or a bad pick, this kind of devices. We also had previous two parts of the review. In the first we took a look at the exterior, at the construction, and at the docking station. And in this part, in the second, we spoke about the hardware, the platform, and performances. Also showed a couple of applications, a couple of games, so you should check out those if you want details on those particular aspects. For now, we're just going to talk about battery life. It's pretty much same battery inside this one as it was on the previous generation transformer, while on the previous transformer we got like 8 hours of life on average. On this it really depends on what you're going to do. You're going to get from 7 to 11, maybe 12 hours of life based on your activities. And I already showed you that you have this power mode, you have power saving, and you have normal speed mode. And battery life really varies that much because not that many applications available right now are actually optimized for Tegra 3. So in order to get an increased battery life, Tegra 3 only needs to use some of its core. If more cores get turned on, it's going to eat more of the battery life. And also, if more cores run at a higher clock frequency, they automatically eat more energy because they need a higher voltage, and also will eat your battery life faster. So a couple of scenarios. I didn't have the time to test that many because I don't have this tablet for long. But a couple of scenarios I've tested on daily average use, listening some music, browsing, and using the screen at about 50%, which is like this. You will get about 8 to 9 hours of life, which is actually good. It's not as good as on the iPad, but it's an hour or so over the previous generation transformer. And you should consider that on this tablet, if you're using it inside, 50% screen brightness is more than enough. It's going to be enough for pretty much all conditions. Even during daytime, if you're using it inside your house, that's going to be enough. You're only going to go higher if you need to go outside or in a very bright room. And you also have the super IPS mode if you're going to use it outside, which offers increased brightness but also its battery life very fast. Okay, so this is one aspect you should know, and the other aspect is that between these power modes here, you get like an hour of difference. So from normal speed mode to eco mode, there is an extra hour of battery life for eco mode. However, on eco mode the device does run more sluggish, so I only advise you to use eco mode if you're using just a couple of apps, using it lightly for some browsing, for some reading. Then it's definitely a good idea to use eco mode. Otherwise, I personally prefer normal mode because I really like the fact that this device is speedier. This is something I've been missing on my transformer, my first generation transformer. The smoothness that you get on the iPad, and on the Tegra 3 you get a hint of this speed, despite the fact that Android Honeycomb still has a bunch of lags and it's not optimized for Tegra 3. Okay, with the docking station connected, actually no, let me tell you a couple of other things. Another scenario I've tested is running 720p HD content with the standard video player. I was running an MKV 720p player clip, and with screen once again at 50% and wireless off, and I got 11 plus hours of life, which is once again excellent, and it's actually on par with the iPad. Compared to the previous generation transformer, well, it's not something you can actually compare it with, because 720p MKV on the first transformer wasn't actually running smoothly like it is on this one. So for HD video content playing, this is a great tool, and you get that long battery life because the device is actually the platform Tegra 3 is actually optimized to run H.264 video content. So only one core is actually running when playing such types of content. You also have the docking station. Together with it, Nvidia says 18 hours of life on average. I didn't quite manage to get that long, and in my tests, which still I don't know, this is an early unit, so they might different a bit on the final retail version of the Prime. I get like 14 hours of life with the docking station in eco mode and like 12 and a half, 13 in normal mode for daily everyday use, which includes, like I said, a little bit of browsing, a little bit of watching some movies, a bit of listening to songs, so pretty much the things you do on average, even running some games, but only a few games. For that you get like 13 to 14 hours of life, and if you want video playing, you're going to get actually 15 plus hours of life with the docking station and the Transformer Prime tablet. So this is actually very good. I would say it's a massive improvement over the first generation Transformer, and I expect actually battery life to get better with Android 4.0 on this tablet, and with more apps that are optimized to use the 4 cores inside the Tegra 3 available, and that should happen in like a couple of months. I'd say by early spring you will have a more mature system running on Tegra 3 platform, and there will be a bunch of different tablets you can choose from. I'm not saying that this is bad, of course. This is definitely one of the best tablets I've ever seen, and if we're only talking about Android tablets, I would buy this for sure. It's better than everything I've ever tested, and I've pretty much tested all of them in this last year. Okay, so those were pretty much the things I wanted to tell you about the battery life. I should also speak about speakers a little bit, and it's only one speaker on this one. We have a couple of tracks here, and let's play this one. It's Imagine by Beatles. So you only have one speaker. It's pretty loud, but there's no stereo sound, and the speaker is placed here on the right, and if you're going to grab the tablet like this, you're going to muff the speaker, and sound is going to be distorted a bit. This is when covering the speaker, and this is when it's not covered. Okay, so the speaker is okay. It's decently loud, I'd say, enough to cover the average room, average condition, but it's not as good as on the previous generation, I'd say, because you no longer have stereo speakers. You only have one speaker over here to the right. It's like Apple has on their iPad, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know why, but it really looks like Asus copied that with their Transformer Prime. Last thing I should add is about prices. Right now the Transformer Prime is available for pre-orders, and it will ship in just a couple of days. Asus says they will have it in late December 2011 in stores. Some of you already pre-ordered this a couple of weeks ago. They will deliver it this year. That's what they say. It's $4.99 for the base version of the Transformer Prime, which comes with 32 GB of storage, and $5.99 for the one with 64 GB of storage. Unfortunately, there's no cheaper 16 GB version, which is kind of a bummer, because since this one can get a micro SD card, you could have easily gotten the 16 GB version of the tablet, and then put a 32 GB SD card in there and get way more battery life, a bit cheaper. However, they decided they should start with only the 32 GB version for $4.99, so pretty much on par with the iPad in terms of price. This I don't know if it's a fair price or not. I will tell you, that it depends, and still this tablet is for sure faster and better than everything I've ever seen with Android by now. And based only on that, that's for sure a good buy. If it's worth $499 or not, or if it's a better value product than the previous Transformer, which right now goes for starts way below 400, I would say about 379 online, maybe even less in some stores. If that's if you should get one or the other, that's up to you to decide. Still, I find it a $499. It's a good price for such a device, but I expect it to drop probably in the future, and expect more Tegra 3 devices to be available on the market with a lower price point. Of course, with this you have the screen, which is excellent. Not just the platform, you have the nice body, it's lightweight, so $499 I think it's a good price. The docking station, it's available extra, you have to pay $149 for that, so $150 extra for the docking station, and it got you a couple of extra ports, and of course it gets you the keyboard and the extended battery together. They go for like 15 hours of life, at least from what I've tested. Asus says 18 hours, couldn't quite get over here, but who knows, probably in the future you might get. Still 15 hours of life, it's a lot. Definitely better than other tablets can offer these days. Okay, so this pretty much wraps our video review for the Asus ePad Transformer. We also have a couple of other clips on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, and I'm going to address mainly some aspects of the tablet, like browsing, like using a stylus pen on it, and also have a review for the docking station, a separated review only for the docking station. Perhaps you should check those as well if you're interested. As a wrap up, this is still an early prototype, like I said. It's not the final release unit, has a couple of hiccups. Android still gets a bit sluggish if you're running multiple apps, so multitasking is still a problem on Honeycomb, despite having the more powerful hardware platform. Still, I would say the experience is definitely better on the Prime than on any of the other Honeycomb tablets I've tested in this last year. Overall, it's easier to surf between applications, to open applications, and to perform different tasks. The tablet works smoother, and this is something you're definitely going to love. One thing you're not going to love that much is the fact that still there are bugs. Sometimes applications crash and there's no reason for that, and there's still hiccups. I don't know, the browser is not a lot better, it's not faster. Overall, the entire architecture is pretty much similar to Honeycomb, and if you're aware of the limitations Honeycomb has, you're going to find it still here. But like I said, Android 4.0 is going to come in just a couple of months, and if you buy this with Honeycomb, you will get free upgrade to Ice Cream Sandwich once it becomes available. One final thing, it's the market. This is a long story, but you probably know that you don't have all that many useful applications on the market. For instance, for me, which I'm a social media user, I don't have a proper Twitter or proper Facebook application that will use the entire working area of a tablet with Android. While on the iPad I do have this, but this is a longer story, so I'm not going to get into this. Everyone is entitled to choose between one or two, Android or iPad right now, because there are no viable other solutions. Still, for Android tablets, for me at least, this is the best I've seen so far, and if I were to buy a device with a tablet with Android right now, that's the one I would get. Despite being a bit more expensive, the whole experience and the whole body, the whole package does feel way better with the Transformer Prime than with all the other Android slates I've seen so far. Okay, that pretty much wraps it up. More details are available in the other clips here on Gadget JM YouTube channel, and of course on the site on tabletbyte.com, where I'm going to post a written review with a couple of more informations about each of the particular aspects of this tablet. Thanks for now, Mike, tabletbuy.com with the Asus Transformer Prime. And of course, don't forget, if you like our work, please subscribe and please share our clips and press thumbs up. Thank you.